priceless lesson about life. Value loyalty above all else.
Here we have FutzBox from McDSP. And this is a lo-fi and distortion workstation that can really futz with any kind of an audio track. You know, it works equally as well on music within your DAW as it does for post-production, whether that's in your DAW or within your NLE. We'll look at the NLE here in just a minute. Now, this is actually one of my favorite plugins. It's just, you can really get lost in this for hours just by going through all of our different sims here. But you heard a little bit there up top. Real quick, we'll go through all of the controls. It's pretty self-explanatory, but just in case we don't understand all of them, we'll go through them real quick here. So let's start with this drum track right here. I'll bypass it. All right, so just the drum track. Go and pop this on. Now the main part of FutzBox is your sim area here. So we have a simulation of a medium flat panel TV. For now, I'm going to turn it off just for now. We'll start over here on the input. So obviously you can drive that input. Okay. You have a pre-filter, just turn that on for your high pass and low pass. You have a 12 dB or 24 dB filters. Again, pretty self-explanatory. So again, cut out bottom end or top end of your signal. You also have a distortion section with your amount, all kinds of different distortion in here, plenty of different controls to modify that however you want. So we could destroy it, of course, maybe make it saturation, make it on tune there, change up your intensity, the chop there, the rectify, the wobble. If you don't know what those things mean, I'll just throw the definitions up on the screen. But there you go. That is your distortion section. And you also have a mix knob. I'll go ahead and mention that here. You might want to overdrive your distortion a bit and then mix down the overall effect of everything, you know. You get some really cool effects here. Put that back up there. Turn off that distortion. Then we have an EQ and a filter, so we can switch between your high pass, low pass, and the EQ. Set your frequency here. There's your Q, then the overall gain. Okay, again, pretty self-explanatory, right? If I set this around, I don't know, 1200 hertz, adjust your Q, let me turn down the output a bit. I can pull down that area, it's set on EQ right now, or of course, pull more in. So I want more low end, for example, you can pull more in or pull some out. Then you have your filters as well. Okay. Then you also have a noise generator. Turn that on. Overall level for that. We turn off the gate here too. So you have a filter for your noise. Again, constrain your noise to just a certain frequency range if you want. You have a ducker built in, which is really cool. And along with that goes your range and the recovery of that. So what a ducker does is it ducks down the noise, in this case the noise, whenever audio is playing, and then it comes back up in the areas where audio isn't playing. So in this case, we're dealing with this drum track here. So it's going to crunch down on the noise when the drum hits, and then whenever in these spaces where obviously the drum isn't playing, then that noise will come up. It's a pretty cool effect. You know, you can use this to, again, just add some straight noise if you want, turn your ducker off, or use it for more of an effect. All right, so our ducker's not on right now. Let's pull some ducking in here. There we go. Take the range, so it's really ducking out. Make the recovery slower or faster. We can add in our gate to that. Of course, use it as a normal gate or use it again for effect. You know, we could put that like right on the edge and kind of get some staticky sounds, which is, again, is really cool. Got your range and your hold, attack and release for your gate. So plenty of controls to set it up however you want. Then you have a full lo-fi section. Let me turn off the noise generator for now. You have a full lo-fi section, so we can reduce the sample rate, we can filter it, which kind of smooths things out a bit, and reduce the bit rate. All right, turn on the lo-fi section. Reducing that sample rate. You can filter that. Reduce the bit rate. So really crunch it up here, really lo-fi it. Of course, it all comes together once you use all of these controls, parameters in conjunction. All right, now onto the main section, the sim section. And you can use the sim section here all on its own, or of course, combine it with your other modules. All right. So of course, turn that on. Right now it's on a TV. So automatically sounds like it's coming through a flat panel TV. Change the tune if you want. You have your mix knob here again. And then your overall output right there. All right, so if I want to change the sim, I can use the arrows here. Or I can just click. And if you look at all of these different sims that we have, you can really play around with this for hours, just coming up with different sounds. Here's a telephone receiver there. Again, start combining this stuff together. Some really cool effects. Maybe reduce that sample rate a bit. That noise generator in there. There we go. Pretty cool sound. Change this up here. Megaphone. Turn off the distortion there. Pull up my mix again. It's a garbage can. Large studio monitors. Shopping cart toy. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in there. To really, again, futz around or, you know, lo-fi any of your tracks. Okay, so that is all of the controls. You should have a good understanding of it by now. There's also a ton of presets built in, so if you don't want to mess around with the knobs yourself, just go through and call up a preset. One called Annoying Caller there. Something for bass. Box me in. Again, it can be a subtle effect or a completely, you know, bit reduced and crushed effect. But let's move on to something else now that we know how to actually use it. All right, so we got a nice loop. Let's make that much more interesting. Bring in some lo-fi. Let's futz this up. Awesome. Kind of pulling down the mix a little bit here. Using the emergency radio sim. A little bit of distortion in there. Again, bypass that. Futz it up. All right, cool. Maybe a little noise generator on that. Duck it out of the way. That's pretty cool. There we go. That's pretty cool. Just get like some static coming through now. So use that on your tracks. Let me turn off that noise generator. Use it on dialogue, of course. So here's a dialogue track. Let me pull up FutzBox right there. And it's bypassed right now.
I'm not leaving without you.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Let me go.
No.
Why not? What difference does it make to you?
Okay, so instead of them being, sounding like they're in the same room, let's make it sound like they're trapped out somewhere talking to each other on walkie-talkies. Well, we have a walkie-talkie sim right there. Also have a little distortion. Let me turn off the distortion for now. Let's just hear it with the walkie-talkie sim here.
I'm not leaving without you.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Let me go.
No.
Why not?
Very cool. Now let's make it like they're, not only on walkie-talkies, but also that the reception is very bad.
What difference does it make?
Add some saturation in there.
The people closest to you, the ones who cherish you,
That's pretty cool.
are the ones who
Maybe
suffer the
put
most pain.
an EQ filter on there. Maybe a pre-filter. We could
The most damage.
pull out a bit of the top end there.
I'm not leaving without you.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Let me go.
No.
Why not? What difference does it make to you?
Add a noise generator in there. Again, because like they're on walkie-talkies, sometimes walkie-talkies will make that sort of staticky noise in between whenever you're talking. So we can use our noise generator for that and the ducking right here.
Without you.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Let me go.
No.
Why not? What difference does it make to you?
The people closest to you, the ones who cherish you, are the ones who suffer the most pain, the most damage.
All right, so now, whenever they're talking, the noise goes down. Whenever they're not speaking, of course, we get that really cool static.
I'm not.
Let me go.
No.
Why not? What difference does it make to you?
The people closest to you, the ones
Of course, we could do things like make it sound like they're on a phone or something like that. Here's maybe a cheapo phone.
not leaving without you.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Let me go.
No.
Let me turn off the distortion there.
The ones who cherish you are the ones who suffer the most pain, the most damage. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to people who love you?
I have no choice.
It's a bookshelf speaker.
The ones who cherish you.
Go to a rotary desk phone.
The ones who cherish you are the ones who suffer the most pain, the most damage. Why would you do that? Why would you do that to people who love you?
I have no choice.
There's always a choice.
Awesome. We can do all of that just using a single plugin. But it's not just spoken vocals or dialogue. Of course, you can use this on your vocal tracks, your singing vocal tracks here.
Across the world, across the ocean.
All right, so that's just, a straight vocal. Maybe you want it to sound like it's coming through a megaphone. No problem. Have that sim in here.
Across the world, across the ocean, you are,
Of course, add in some noise if you want.
Lightning, no, that's the fire inside will never, never die.
A little bit of distortion.
Never, never die.
You can make it sound however you want.
Never, never die. Never, never die.
Again, we have plenty of presets up here. If you want to go through them. Desktop PC, for example.
Across the world, across the ocean, you are, you are. Lightning, no, that's the fire inside will never, never die. Never, never die. Never, never die. Never, never die. Across the world, across the ocean, you are, you are. Lightning, no, that's the fire inside will never, never die.
All right, so that sounds great. Sounds really cool. It's nice that you can do all of that within a single plugin. So now let's head over to our video editor and check out FutzBox over there. All right, so here we are in DaVinci Resolve in this case. And McDSP FutzBox is just as at home in your NLE as it is in your DAW. So what we have here is a audio track playing, same audio track, and we have a girl on a computer wearing earbuds, then a girl using a phone, then people here in a club, same audio track. right? And I need to use FutzBox to, change the sound of the audio so it goes along with the video. So let's go ahead and do that. Real easy, real simple, especially now that we know how to use this, right? So in this case, I really just need to turn on my sim, and I want like an earbud model. So let's go to our earbuds, maybe here, the crystal earbuds. Of course, adjust things however you want. Some cool earbuds. No, maybe cheapo earbuds. No, let's try quality earbuds. That's kind of cool, actually. I think this is the one I want. I'm going to add a tiny bit of noise. Of course, I could add some distortion if I wanted to. No, I don't want distortion for her. Okay. Sounds good. I'm going to lower the level just a little bit. All right. So next clip, I need, in this case, audio coming out of a phone, right? So let's put FutzBox on that clip. No problem. Turn on our sim for our awesome cell phone. Maybe go to the next one there. Like it's coming out of the speaker. We could add a little bit of background noise. Doesn't have to be a ton. That's pretty cool. Then we have a club here. So I don't have, there's no model of a club, of a room, right? Within FutzBox, but that's not a problem because we have something like a garbage can, which can give us sort of the same kind of a feel there. So it's bypassed right now. Right, let's turn that on. That garbage can, have an EQ filter on here. What I've done here with the EQ, it's on the EQ setting. I'm down in the lower end here around 240 Hertz. Then I just raised the gain on that to make it sound more like a, like a club with that low end just beating. All right, I think that tracks pretty well. All right, so now we have changed, we have set our audio in a different location to track better with what's actually going on screen, right? Earbuds. Listening to it on our phone. Awesome. Then over to the club here. Awesome. Next clip. All right, so I was playing video games, and in this case, I want my audio to sound like it's coming through his gamer headset. Luckily, we have a gamer headset model in there. I'm going to add a little bit of noise just because I want to futz it up a little bit more. Duck it slightly, and a tiny bit of distortion. I'm going to nuke that, though. I think that'll work. Let's see. Okay, that's too much. That's too much. That's better. I'll pull down the mix just slightly to let some of the, unadulterated, unaltered audio come through. Okay, so now it's going to sound, if somebody's watching this, it's going to simulate, coming out of his gamer headset. Pretty cool. Let's move on. All right, so the music fits. The problem is the recording is way too high quality, right? So let's futz this up with FutzBox. And I found that the silver transistor radio does very well for this. A little bit of distortion on this too. All right, it's almost perfect already. Little tiny bit of distortion on there. Okay, but I think some noise would probably help. Don't you think? Yeah. Those old recordings always have all that noise and static going on. So let's pull in some noise and also duck it out of the way a bit, just so it's kind of like static. That's cool. I'll up that level of the noise. My mix is slightly down, just slightly. Yeah, now it's gonna fit a lot better. Little tiny bit less noise. Okay. Of course, I could always try different things here. Maybe a megaphone. That's actually not too bad. Vacuum cleaner tube. But I think we're gonna go with some kind of an older style radio will give me the sound that that I want. Let's go back to this silver transistor. Okay, so now it's going to sound much better. The audio is going to blend much better with what's actually going on screen. You know what I might actually do if I was doing this for real? Is I would probably, on that noise, I like the noise, but I would pull some of that low end out of the noise. Kind of constrain it just a bit. That sounds more accurate, right? I probably also mess with my ducker and my gate a little bit more, just to make it more like staticky and coming through just a little bit here and there, you know? But pretty cool overall. All right, maybe one more sample here. So of course, one of the things I use this for all the time is when I need to simulate, someone speaking on the phone, for example. You have clean audio recorded through a clean microphone, but that's not going to work if you need, if somebody's talking on the phone. So this is very easy to do with FutzBox. So right now, unadulterated. We'll just pretend that this girl's on the phone with her boyfriend, and he's going to sing her a heartfelt song.
I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. Sometimes I wake up because I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming.
Okay. Okay. So let's turn on FutzBox here and use our awesome cell phone. Of course, set this up however you want. Throw in some lo-fi there. Have a little bit of noise in there, tiny bit of distortion. And that's really all there is to it. I set this up in about 3 seconds. It's that fast. And it's also, by the way, FutzBox is very low on CPU power. So that's how we're able to switch these sims, whereas you can't really do that if you're using things like impulse responses, You can change these on the fly and not have any dropout. So with this setting, let's check this out. So it actually sounds like it's coming over the phone here.
I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. Sometimes I wake up because I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. Sometimes I wake up because I'm dreaming about you.
All right, and I'm dreaming about McDSP FutzBox. That's called a transition, folks. All right, so that is McDSP FutzBox. If you want to check it out for yourself, of course, you can always head over to McDSP.com. Read more about it right over here. And of course, you can also pick it up at some other online stores as well. I'll have some links down in the description below if you want to pick this up for yourself. Also, come over here and get the demo and try it out for yourself before you buy it. All right. So once again, that is McDSP FutzBox.
I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. Sometimes I wake up because I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. I'm dreaming about you. Sometimes I wake up because I'm dreaming about you.